Josh and I are back in Ohio getting ready for the 2018 deer season to start. We were out in Idaho for almost 3 weeks, so we're getting kind of a late start this year on our deer season, but luckily we've got two very impressive bucks showing up on our new lease that we are so excited about. One is a huge, very unique 6-pointer, and then the other is a deer we call Needles. As excited as we were, unfortunately the farmer picked the beans really early this year, so both of those deer started showing up less and less, and then eventually not at all. Luckily, I had a deer close to the house. He was a really nice 10-pointer that I decided to go after. Josh, on the other hand, is hunting wires, so we did have to split up for a few weeks there in the middle of the season, so we're both self-filming in different spots trying to get these two bucks on the ground. We have been seeing a lot of activity, a lot of little bucks, a lot of does. Unfortunately, not the deer that either of us are hunting. Josh is hunting wires, I'm hunting the 10-pointer, and one evening while we were split up, I should have been sitting where Josh was because he had a beautiful encounter with the 10-point that I was hunting. He obviously let the deer go. He's hunting wires. He knew I was hunting the 10-pointer. Being the husband that he is, at least he got it on film and he got to see the deer. Unfortunately, after that, he did start becoming less and less consistent, and then eventually, not at all. The past 2 years in Ohio, I have been extremely blessed to film my tag in the first weekend of season. So now we're in the middle of November. I am at an all-time low just because I honestly do not think either of us are even gonna get a deer in Ohio this year. All three of my deer that I've been hunting have just completely vanished. The deer Josh is hunting is so hit or miss. We honestly do not know what we are going to do at this point. But as luck would have it, a deer we call Tank has come back on a small property that we have permission to hunt on. And every year on the same day comes in. Last year, after I tagged out on Fleek, Josh was actually gonna hunt this deer, and we set up a ground blind and he completely vanished. So knowing how sensitive this deer is to any sort of intrusion, Josh and I know that we have to get in there and be as stealth-like as possible. We are going to sit on 2 chairs, we're not gonna have a blind, we're not gonna put stands up, we're not going to do anything but be on the ground, one-on-one, mano-y-mano with this deer.
Well, it's November 11th and we are on the ground. We had a really awesome deer that we've been seeing every year for the past 3 years on this date, November 11th, show up this morning. We didn't have time to brush a ground blind in, so we're just gonna try it on the ground, see if we can make it work. And this is actually the same property where I shot Fleek last year, so it's really cool. Hopefully we'll get him. It's been a long season so far for us. Usually we have 2 or 3 deer on the ground. Nothing yet, so we're hoping that November 11th is good to us this year.
We had a great first set. Unfortunately, Tank did not show up, but luckily he was on camera in the middle of the night. And for day 2, we're gonna get right back in it. The wind is perfect, and we cannot wait. Hopefully that big deer shows up. Well, we are out here practicing before we go out and hunt. A lot of people practice all summer, but then when deer season comes around, they just stop practicing. So we obviously like to make sure that our equipment is always spot on, and we like to practice how we're actually going to be hunting. So tonight, we're hunting on the ground with no blind, so movement is going to be very limited. So I don't think I'm gonna have time to range the deer, get hooked up, go full draw, all without him seeing me. So I'm practicing between 17 and 35, using my 20-yard pin because that's about the distance I'll be able to shoot tonight. Shooting in the same outfit that I'll be wearing, on the exact same seat, at all different distances. Okay. New distance. Okay, move back a few yards. Good there. And now for my last one, I'm going to shoot with a practice sever that's locked. I'm going to make sure the broadheads and the field tips are shooting the exact same. So. Well, it's day 2, and we are covered up in deer when literally all of a sudden Tank shows up at 35 yards. I had to grab my bow as quick as possible because that deer was on the move.
He's lunging forward, but up and down is good. I think up and down is really good. You're in the middle of the body. It's good. So it got right in front of the hip, just angled all the way up. So I mean, if that's the case, if it got deep enough, I think you would have got a lung. But you definitely got at least guts and liver. And these severed broadheads, I mean, these things have huge cutting poles. I mean, we're talking a massive cut here. You know, so. I mean, that is a huge cut. I mean, going through an animal. So especially at that angle, you're going to get multiple organs. I think he's going to be toast. I really do.
Okay.
Well, guys, we're going to give him some time, and then that'll be that. We'll go back in there at about 2 o'clock in the morning and go check him out. That'll be about 9 hours of time. We want to go when it's still dark, just because we'll be able to see that lighted knock, hopefully.
Sarah, come here. That's his track going this way, right over that log. Sarah, here. Use his headlamp stronger. Give me that light. Just put
My deer right there.
What a giant, babe! You did it!
Oh my god.
Give me some.
I don't even know what to say. I cannot believe that we got this deer. This is a buck that shows up every year at this spot, November 11th in 2016 and 2017. He did the same thing, and this year was no different. He showed up yesterday. Today is November 12th, and we decided, you know what, we don't have time to get a ground blind in there. We do not have time for these deer to get used to this. He shows up and he is here for 3 to 4 days max. That is it. So we decided to hunt on the ground. Very, very difficult. That was a learning experience for me for sure. Josh had to yell at me a few times. You cannot get away with any movement whatsoever. This season has been so tough for us. You know, it is November 12th. This is our first buck of the season. Last year we had 3 deer on the ground at this time. It was looking a little bleak, and we had to keep our spirits high. It's cold, it's raining, as you can probably hear and see on the camera. Oh my gosh. This deer came in tonight at 35 yards the first time, and I had my bow drawn for all full 2 minutes. Like, not even exaggerating, 2 minutes. We timed it on the footage, a full 2 minutes, which was so tough. And when I shot him, he was actually walking, which obviously is not the ideal situation, and my shot was fairly far back, but man, the sever did its job tonight. We didn't even find any blood, which is so crazy. I don't know if it was the rain, I don't know if it was just how wet it is out here, and we just honestly followed his tracks, not even his blood. So that was another first for me, but what an incredible Ohio buck. Oh my gosh, he's such a big bodied deer too. I don't know how Josh and I are gonna get this deer out of here. Oh man, got him with my Hoyt. What a good way to start our deer season.
Good job, honey. I'm really proud of you. He's a giant. I am one proud husband. I can't tell you. A lot of people could not have pulled off that shot that she did. I mean, being full draw for over 2.5 minutes. I mean, that's just insane. And then to be able to make a shot at 35 yards with her pin set at 20 yards with a single pin, knowing where to aim, all of that takes practice and preparation, and all signs of a great hunter. You know, she's not the type of girl that just shows up and pulls the trigger. I mean, she puts in the work like all of us do, and that goes to show you right there, be able to make that shot happen on the ground with no blind. And shooting a deer that we've had pictures of literally since 2016, and he was at least 5 years old in 2016. So I mean, that tells you this deer could be 7, 8 years old. I mean, he's a monster. And an old buck. You can see it in his head, just knobby.
This is actually where I shot fleek too last year, so this is a special property for us and pretty lucky for me.
Yeah, that's a great buck, babe. He's got tons and tons of mass. And the shot was back, but I mean, he ran less than 40 yards before he died, so it must have got all the way up in there and got some good stuff like lung and everything else, because I mean, he literally was dead within 40 yards.
Yeah. Unreal.
So proud of you. Great job.
Thank you so much for your support, and if you want to join the bow hunting family, hit that subscribe button and make sure to turn on notifications to be one of the first to see our new videos posted. If you're new to our channel, check out our other videos. We have over 70 bow hunts that I think you'll enjoy. And if you'd like to keep up with us daily, make sure you go over to Instagram and give us a follow there, where we post every single day and it's always outdoor related.